Hello, my name is Heather. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm the Director of Operational Magic here at Rational Unicorn Legal Services. Rational Unicorn Legal Services offers community business law for everyone in the community. To learn more, please visit our website, rationalunicorn.com. This blog is a video accompaniment to a written blog on our website. So if you'd like to read the text and check out some links for Oregon, California, and Washington, and also just get some more ideas, you can see it in print on our website. We are going to be talking about calendaring things for the next year, and some of you will be using some written calendars. Shout out to my bullet journal people, and other people will be using digital options. I personally tend to love the recurring reminders you can set up on Google Calendar by setting things to remind you annually or monthly or some other increment of your choosing. All right, let's get into it. We have 11 important dates for you to put on your business calendar for next year. Number 1 is business entity renewal. If you have an LLC, you probably have to renew it every year in your state. This varies. This process is called different things, but you are going to have a renewal date, and you should look it up, and you should make sure it's on your calendar in advance so it doesn't get skipped. Number 2 is renewal for any DBAs, ABNs, or other aliases your business uses. The acronym and the renewal process varies by state, so read carefully. Number 3, website domain renewals and website hosting renewals. Typically, business owners will set up automatic payments for this, but I encourage you to put something on the calendar so you can check it before your renewal date annually. Often it's something as simple as needing to update your credit card, or I have heard horror stories of folks that bought their domain using a personal email address before they set up their business email, and they weren't getting the reminders because they weren't looking in the right place. Don't let it happen to you. Number 4 is tax dates for 2023. It's pretty common to use quarterly tax payments as a business. You want to put those due dates onto your list, and also to take some time on your calendar to block off whatever amount of time you need to look at your financials. Some business owners need to put on their calendar when they're meeting with their bookkeeper or their CPA, and sometimes this is a matter of blocking off a bunch of hours or a day to just focus on everything financial. Put it on your calendar to make sure it gets done. Number 5 is licenses and certifications essential to your industry. This varies widely. If you're in food and beverage, there's like a whole list of things that you want to make sure are updated for you and your employees. If you're in a profession that has licensure, you have a whole nother list of things to tend to. Some of them may be annual credits of continuing education. Sometimes it takes a couple years to renew your license. So get out that on the schedule, whatever that is for you. Even if it's just saying, hey, check on this. How much more time do I have? For our business, we want to always check on our Benefit Corporation for Good certification and submit an annual update to them. And we're also NGLCC certified. Number 6, business insurance renewal. Every 6 months or annually, you will want to take a look at your business insurance. Sometimes renewals are super simple. It's just a matter of updating some paperwork. And other times you may want to block off time so you can do a deep dive at what all you're covered and if you want to shop around for different policies. Decide what works for you and make sure it's on the calendar so you don't have an accidental lapse. Number 7 is renewal dates or deadlines for trademarks. If you have a trademark application in the process, USPTO works very slowly, but do not miss their deadlines. Typically, they give you deadlines of 3 to 6 months to respond to something in particular. If you already have a trademark secured and registered, you will want to keep an eye on this once in a while because you will have a declaration of use every 5 years and 6 years is that window. So definitely get it on your calendar. Even if you don't need to update it annually, this will give you a reminder just to make sure those details are updated. Number 8, days of celebration for your business, employees, and work culture. Here at Rational Unicorn Legal, we make sure we have everyone's birthdays on the calendar so we can celebrate internally. We also have some silly things on our calendar like Unicorn Day in April. And we also want to make sure we're celebrating our anniversary as a business. Honestly, you celebrate the wins that you remember, so put them on the calendar so you can give yourself a little bit of joy that day. Number 9, holidays and days of rest. You may have noticed that your calendars come preloaded with some holidays people decided were important enough, but there may be others that are important to you or your employees, and you want to make sure to add those to your calendar. In terms of days of rest, I have one simple question for you business owners. When will you take time off next year? For me, I really look forward to having vacations and planning days off. Maybe you have a family vacation, maybe you need some alone time with your partner, maybe you want to take a solo trip by yourself. One of the best things about solo vacations is there's no one else to negotiate with. You can do exactly what you want. I've also heard of these 2 strategies for business owners for blocking off time. One is to take a day a month to do nothing relating to clients and nothing scheduled in for you. It's just catch up on whatever you need to admin-wise. Another one is to take a day completely unrelated to your business, but instead devote that time to the other adulting you have to do, be it doctor's appointments or, I don't know, update your will, other important things that you tend to put off. Make sure you have time for it so these things don't get pushed off indefinitely. If you decide that day, I feel like working, that's between you and your own calendar, but at least making the time will give you a chance to remember that you have other stuff to tend to. Number 10 is commit time to review and reflect. I'd like you to identify a slow season or a slow month when you can break off some time to review anything internally you want to work on. And I'd also encourage you to block off more time than you need, maybe even double or triple the time. Because if you set out just to review a few policies and then want to revisit your marketing materials, and then you come up with about 3 other ideas in the process, you're going to want to pursue those to block off the time. Number 11 is conferences and perhaps something relating to continuing education if it applies to you. While you have a little time, reflect on what possible events you would want to be going to next year, especially if they involve travel. Deciding what are priorities may not happen right now, but you could do these 2 things, which is get them onto the calendar as potential block-off dates, and then also to add to your calendar when the deadline is for early bird registration so that you can make a decision when things are still cheap, and then also book whatever travel accommodations you might need. That way, you're able to evaluate far enough in advance and make sure that you aren't paying the price of waiting till the last minute. I hope this blog was useful to you. Again, if you're looking for me to say a little bit more, visit our website, rationalunicorn.com. You can click on blog to review this and other blogs. If you're looking for some legal help, which you may have noticed none of my blog today was about legal help, you can find that information on our website too. I hope you have a great next year.